Didn't end up going home last night. Felt a bit rougher as the evening or the afternoon went on. Started to get a banging headache, and I just thought to myself, do you know what? If I'm going to get ill, if I'm going to get this corona and die, then I want a last carp. No, I just thought if this does kick in properly, then I might not want to come back next week if I'm feeling that rough. But also, the weather's bang on, winter's just round the corner. Make hay whilst the sun shines. Yeah. So I woke up about 6:45, no alarm, no sunrise, made myself a coffee. It's just halfway through that, beep, beep. See one of them old rods crank round like that. I struck into it and another epic battle ensued. They tend to, because I'm fishing down to the right here, they tend to kite out into the open water and then round to the left, and this one exploded about 30 yards out, massive great eruption. I was like, oh, what have we got here, what have we got here? Down in the margins, it just didn't want to come up, just staying down. I was thinking, oh, is this going to be the brown? Like, up it comes, another big mirror. I don't know how big. She's in the wasteling at the moment, getting washed about a bit by the waves, but definitely another upper 30. Yeah. Still time for another one yet as well. Greedy boy. Well, guess what? It's another absolute unit. £40, 2 ounces. Joey is buzzed up to the max. Look at that. Proper chunky, lovely old carp. Mega battle. Came on a single IB. My last one. When I get home, there's some more waiting for me, courtesy of Mainline. Cheers for that, guys. Mental, what a mental red letter session. Tell you what, let's have a little look at him this side as well. Got a couple of scales in the middle there. I wonder if I'm allowed to start naming these fish. Should be able to really, shouldn't I? I'll tell you what, he's quite similar to the old brown actually. Ooh, got a lump on this side. Big old chunky bugger. Mega. Well, I'm definitely going home today, I promise you that. I need a bath and a chill, and also I don't want to spoil the spot, do I? So I'm going to give it another hit of bait before I leave, and we'll be back. Awesome. Ugh. Right, lovely girl, it's time to say goodbye to you. Epic creature. Got a good mouth as well, ain't you? You ain't been caught many times. Right, let's get you out here a bit. Big old width too. That's it, girl. You can go now. Thank you very much. Lovely to meet you. Yes, Trevor. Oi, oi. Bloody hell, he's off. Where to you off to? Come back. Bloody hell. Whew. Well. Going on with this sound? Is it working? Yep. Yes. And what a session this is turning out to be. Unreal. Same rod again. This one's just to the left of the spot, sort of about, or the area. It's about 20 yards, 20 yards off of it. And yeah, like I say, I'm spreading out the bait quite a lot anyway, so I thought I'd stick one a little bit further out. And I'm glad I did, because that's the one that's gone twice this morning. What have we got now? Who knows? Right, I'm going to turn that off to save the battery because I'm down to my last one. Well, hey, look at that for an incredible creature. It's even showing itself off with its dorsal there. Lovely red autumnal colours. It's got a crazy kind of veiny patch, this one. It's going to be called the vein or something like that. Black vein. Just under £30, 29.14. Over the moon. Wicked, what a session, amazing. Right, Ben's going to do the honours with the camera. And then we'll get this lovely creature back. Yeah! Lovely. Oh, you beauty. Right. We'll get her back. Right, thank you very much. Beautiful carp. You are going to be one hell of a creature in the future. Well, you already are, but yeah, black vein. The black vein linear. That's your name. If Gordy allows me, that is. Yes! Come on! Well, when you got the bug, you got the bug. I literally only managed just over 28 hours at home before I was coming back up the road to St Ives. I planned to come back on Tuesday, but I was meant to catch up with someone today and he wasn't going to be about. So I thought, oh, do you know what? The old moon is getting bigger. The spot's obviously rocking and I need to make the most of it whilst I can. A, because, you know, these fish might move off as a big old pit, and B, well, someone else might jump in here, mightn't they, once they start hearing about what I've caught. So yeah, it's a real flat, calm night tonight. No wind whatsoever. I think tomorrow is going to be a little bit west, southwest, swinging about a bit, but not a huge amount of wind, so hopefully that won't push them out or anywhere. But I'm just about to top the old spot up. Oh, I'm going to put sort of 2.5 key of Mainline's finest out there with a good old splodge of the Smart Liquid on there. Hopefully send out lots of little bits of traction into the water and yeah, draw them into the spot if they're not already there. I put out probably about 2.5 kilos of tigers and a kilo of boilies when I left. So they've had one morning feasting on that lot. I think there's a good chance of a bite tomorrow. If not, we've got a good week ahead, I'm sure. Come on the full moon, big one. Come on the big brown. Round brown. Right, let's get some of this bait out of there. Obviously, putting it out at dark. Well, not obviously, but there's two different reasons I'm putting it out at dark. One, because the birds don't seem to clock onto it as much. And two, because the other anglers can't see where it's going. Although, when it's flat calm like this, kind of gives the game away a little bit, but they only know the area. And of course the other thing is, if I was doing it in the daytime, I'd be losing half of it to the bloody sky rats. Vermin. These baits are too good for you. Oh, you catapult's gone. And normally when it happens I think that's a sign, you know, I've put out enough bait. But I've only put out about a kilo, which to be fair is probably enough for a bite tonight or in the morning. But I'm going to get the throwing stick, put a bit more out. Well, as you can see, it's a grey, dismal start to the day, but super carpy. Now last night, sort of about 11:30, 12 o'clock, fish started showing out at range straight out. So yeah, midnight I ended up putting a couple of kilos of boilies out with a throwing stick as far as I could straight out. Sort of about, probably ended up between 80 and 100 yards. And this morning I've seen a couple at that sort of range. I was tempted to reel one of these in and put it on it, but I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm probably better off letting them just get in there and have a little munch on those freebies. If I cast at them now and they've only just turned up on the spot, then I could just spook them straight out of the area, you know. and also they might be on their way in to this area to my right here where these other rods are. So yeah, I don't want to risk spooking them. I'll let them have a little free breakfast this morning and then top it up again tonight and maybe fish 2 rods on that, or pretty much definitely fish 2 rods on that tonight. But it is bang on bite o'clock, so one of these could go at any minute. I put these sticks in last night in the dark and they're not too bad. One of them's a little bit lower than it should be, but in fact they're all over the show, to be fair. Well, the wind has totally gone against what the weather people said it was going to do today. They said it was going to be southwesterly, and it's actually a northerly, which is perfect for me. I was a little bit worried that the southwesterly might push them over the other way, but this is ideal because, as I said, the fish were showing out straight out towards the middle. I've seen a couple a bit closer in, but if anything, this should help push them back this way. Yeah, kind of using the force, turn the wind round, a bit like The Alchemist, if anyone's read that. It's a good book if you haven't. But yeah, lad learns to use the force and control the wind. A bit handy skill, isn't it, an old carp angler? The wind swung, I'm in the wrong corner. Right, sort this out. Been on the bank too long enough. Well, last night, as mentioned earlier on in the day, put 2 rods out, straight out at range, sort of 90 to 100 yards. And in the evening, they started showing there. I did scatter a bit of bait around it, just as it was getting dark, just a couple of 100 baits or so. But yeah, at night time, they started showing out in the zone. I thought, yes, definitely got a bit of chance, because they started out in the middle, but then they started to get closer and closer and closer. And by about midnight, they were over the spot. And I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning to a bite, which is very, very rare on St Ives. Well, on the meadow and Longreach for sure. And this fella is a bit of a character. He's got a bit of a twisted back, a bit of leveriness about him. But he's £31, and he has been in the bag for a few hours. But I have got some bad news from this morning as well, and that is I've lost 2 just after first light. One of them was away, behave. And yeah, I was messing about trying to get my stupid GoPro on my head and get some shots with that, and the fish has torn off at range and cut me off on something, I presume a bar or something like that. But yeah, look at him for a character, £31. But yeah, then the bad news didn't end there, because half hour later, not even that, the other rod's gone. Bent into that, playing that in, hook pulled. I rarely ever suffer hook pulls, so I was absolutely sick to lose 2 in a short space of time on here. Ooh, especially at full moon. All we can do is pray it wasn't one of the big uns, but well, they weren't one of the big uns. Certainly, first one felt pretty heavy, but they all feel pretty heavy in here, and they all scrap. Well, they all tear off to start with, and then come in fairly easily after that. But yeah, I'm over the moon with him anyway. He's a character. Let's just hope they haven't all disappeared and we can make up for losing 2. Right, let's get you back, old boy. What a kinky back old character. Look at him. Go on in, mate. Back you go. Thanks for your visit. Sorry to spoil your day. Well, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm actually gutted about losing those fish this morning. First one was nothing but bad angling, just got a bit blasé. Oh yeah, it's right, it's nice open water out there, yeah, there's nothing to worry about. Yeah, I'll get my GoPro, stick that on my head, fumbling around in my bivvy trying to get it, and then come back out and fish had taken a bit more line. And I had direct contact with it all the time, but yeah, just should have been giving it a bit of stick, because obviously there are some shallower spots out there that they can get around. Sickening really. Second one, like I say, it was just an unlucky one, a hook pull. Rarely suffer any hook pulls with spinner rigs, but I was using it with a snowman setup, so a bit of a bigger, bulkier bait, and even from the start it didn't quite feel right. So yeah, I'm going to be licking me wounds this morning, but up till midday there's still a chance. I think I'm just going to have to repeat the process again tonight. The wind swung now, which is not ideal, because if they do push out to middle and then follow that, they're going to be on the other side of the lake, but hopefully they'll sit off the back of it and hopefully they'll return tonight. I'll put another couple of key out after dark and put 4 rods out there. Don't worry about this right hand area, it seems to have blown for now. You know, that's where they are, that's where they're coming into from the middle, so that's where I need to be. Right, gonna have another coffee and maybe a little cry. No, not really. I'm gutted though. Come on, kid. You won't believe this. Just got one in the net and just changing my bank sticks round. The other rod's gone. The other one out in the zone. This is absolutely mad. Unreal. Arms aching. What a buzz. What an absolute buzz. I think the worst of the battle is over. It should be away from any potential shallow bits. This is also a spod rod, sorry. So I've got to go a little bit easy because it's a bit stiff. This is mental, absolutely mental. I can't believe what's going on here. Yeehaw! Right, let's try and get this in. This reel's playing up as well. Oh my lord. Well, I think it's safe to say that I've redeemed myself. Left hand one went, I've moved my buzzers around now, left hand one went, good old scrap with that one. I reckon that's probably upper 20, something like that. And then I was just moving my bank sticks around because I'm going to put all 4 out in that zone, obviously. And the other rod's gone out there, the one that was on the mono, and it was just tearing off and tearing off. It's like, oh no, like it's going to get run around one of them shallow bars again. And I mean, they're not even that shallow, to be fair. I think I was pretty unlucky. Anyway, another good scrap. Another big carp. Not sure exactly how big, maybe 36, 37 pound, but it's pretty big and he's a cool one too. So I think first of all I've got to get these 2 rods back out. You know what I mean? You've got to make hay whilst the sun shines and all that. And then we'll have a little look at these fish. Mental, mental, mental. Over the moon. Well, what an absolutely mental morning's fishing. This is redemption number 1. 28 pound 6 ounce mirror. Hold it still, girl, hold it still. Absolute peach of a fish. Fought like a demon, as they all seem to. But yeah, I was made up to get this one in the net after losing them 2 others this morning. And then, yeah, to get another bite shortly afterwards, out of this world. So, I'll try and get a couple of quick snaps of this one. Learn how to, well, trying to learn how to use the photos on this camera. And then we'll get the other prize out, which definitely looks a bit bigger than this one. Mega. Right, one last look at this one before it goes back. Lovely Meadows 28-pound mirror. Gorgeous. Let's get you back, mate. They've all got good mouths on them. Mint, absolutely mint. Wicked. It's another big one. 37.5 pound. Another awesome mirror carp. Tell you what, they're definitely on that bait. They're loving that bait. Go on the link. Like I say, I've got 2 rods on IBs and 2 on snowmint. And the bites are probably 50-50 to be fair. Oh. Big carp, very big carp. 37 pounds of big carp. Wow. As I say, this is just going as well as it could go, to be honest with it. Well, apart from losing those 2 this morning. Obviously, if I would have landed them, this session would have just been absolutely insane. Even more insane than it already is. Buzzed. Right. I'm going to attempt a couple of selfies on the old GH5 and get this lovely character back to his home. Lovely to meet you, mate. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Go and tell the Brown Joe's in town. Yeah. Well, I don't know what to say. I'm sure you're getting bored of this background. I know I am. This room's a bit tight for backdrops. But we have just got ourselves another chunk of a carp. 2 ounces under 37 pound. It's got a nice little line of scales down the back of it. And another absolutely mental fight. Oh, there we go. Oh. Yeah, absolutely ripped off. Probably took 60, 70 yards of line before I managed to get any line back on it whatsoever. They're proper wild, these old carp, and what a bit of sport. But yeah, it's a mad feeling, isn't it? You know, like getting a bite. You're scared, you're excited. Oh, proper mixture of emotions. But when it rolls in the net, yeah, that's the time when relief settles in. Oh, I'm over the moon with that one. Right, the light's pretty poor. I'm going to try and get a couple of snaps. Epic session. It's looking good for another one tonight as well. The mad thing is, I was just topping up with bait because of the seagulls. I was kind of picking the stick up and putting out sort of 20, 30 before they appeared. So I've been doing that 4 or 5 times today. And literally I just topped up again and that went. So maybe even the seagulls attracted them. They thought it was a hatch or something, but regardless, it certainly didn't mind a bit of bait on his head. Right, let's try and get a couple of photos. Yeah. Buongiorno. Busy old road, that one. The other night they were going most of the night, to be honest with you. And that factory makes some freaky noises. Sometimes it's like torture. One of the noises is like, you know, the baby grebes when they're just me all day long. Well, this is a bit like that, but amplified through a ridiculously big sound system. Then there's this bassy rumble. Sounds a bit like Jaws, you know. But yeah, it's a noisy old place. Anyway, the fish have not decided to show up this morning. There was a ripple on the water last night, so I couldn't see if they were showing like they were the 2 nights before. There has been the odd one showing this morning, to be fair, mostly at range, but I've seen a couple almost like they're getting a little bit closer. Just had a pack of are they tufties? I think so, yeah, turn up. They don't seem to be diving yet, but I think they know there's bait in the area. But yeah, it is still a very good time for a bite. I think I'm going to give it till about midday. There's a good chance of one before then, but like I say, the fish haven't moved over like they did the last couple of days, and I've got a bit of an itch to go back to Longreach, to be honest. It's the full moon tonight. I can't see the brown coming out of here so quickly because it's only a couple of weeks ago that it was last out. So, you know, that friendly common, all right, hasn't been out for 4 years, but if there's anything that's going to help, it's banging conditions and a full moon, and perfect time of year. So, yeah, I think I might scuttle off over there and have a little dabble 1 or 2 nights, but we'll see what happens. Definitely time for a bite here first. Come on, the carps. Yo, yo, yo. All right, people, how do you fancy winning a St Ives 8 Lake season ticket? Now, this is something you can't even buy because there's a waiting list at the moment. So, yeah, we've got one to give away. Massive thanks to Gordy for contributing this prize to us. It's worth £600, so it's a high value prize, and like I say, it is an absolutely awesome complex. Probably my favourite complex in the country that I've fished so far. Loads of big fish to go at, loads of water. Like I say, Gordy's a really nice guy who runs it, and all the anglers around there, very friendly bunch of people. Nice social that goes on there. Some of the lakes have got barbecues in nearly every swim, so you don't even have to take your own barbecue. But yeah, if you fancy winning yourselves one of them tickets, all you've got to do is get yourself a gold card subscription this month, which costs $7.99. We'll be doing the draw at the beginning of March, so between now and then, anyone who's got a gold card subscription will go into that draw. Even if you only want to go into the draw and then cancel it afterwards, you can cancel these subscriptions anytime you like, just at the click of a couple of buttons. That's a real simple process, and yeah, hopefully you don't want it. Hopefully you'll continue subscription, but as I said, you know, if you did fancy getting into a draw with pretty good chances, the old odds and that, compared to some of these other draws out there, then get yourself a gold card membership at carpankle.tv. Thanks for watching, big up yourselves, easy now.